This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. The Venice City Council is moving forward with buying a piece of property for a new public safety complex.
In November, voters approved a $16 million bond for what will be a new police station and emergency operations center. ABC7's Christopher Brantley is joining us now live with where the project stands now. Christopher.
Good evening. This approval from the Venice City Council has been expected for some time. Nevertheless, it came with some pushback from residents who live near the site. Tuesday's vote allows for the purchase of this property for $1.85 million. But the neighbors aren't pleased.
Sirens, lights all night long, and the hustle and bustle that's going to go around with that thing 24/7. And I think that they could have explored some different avenues.
Mike Sunderland is the Auburn Woods Homeowners Association president.
We think that the Wellfield Park site is still a viable site. The bottom line is it saves $2 million.
Sunderland said Wellfield Park would have less of an impact on homeowners and might be cheaper, mainly because the city already owns the land. However, there's a problem. The city advertised last year that a site was already chosen. Councilman Rich Catiro.
Before the bond referendum in November, it actually stated in there that the most likely area of where this would be built and constructed would be along East Venice Avenue.
So when voters approved the bond referendum last year, they were probably under the impression that Wellfield Park wasn't an option.
I believe that we needed to be consistent with what we told the voters prior to when they entered the voting booth.
Still, the residents of Auburn Woods let their leaders know they were not happy with the 5-1 vote, stopping the mayor as he walked out of the chamber.
I don't think it sits with the character of the community or the character of Venice Avenue.
But Councilman Catiro says no matter what, someone is going to be unhappy.
If we decided to investigate another area, I'm sure at a future council meeting, we would have residents for that particular area express that concern.
With this vote, the city manager will proceed in purchasing the property. We don't have any word yet on when any construction may begin on this new public safety complex. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Christopher, thank you. Tonight, the city of Holmes Beach is hosting an open forum on a recent speed limit change. The speed limit has been reduced from 45 miles an hour to 35 on the bridge connecting Holmes Beach with Perico Island, and from 35 miles an hour to 25 once you enter Holmes Beach. The Florida Department of Transportation posted new signs 2 weeks ago alerting drivers about the changes. A main reason the speed limit was reduced is because of safety. Some residents think the change will make it more challenging to get around the area. The open forum on this issue will start at 6 o'clock tonight at City Hall.
It may soon be easier for teenagers in foster care in Florida to get their driver's license. Many foster teens never learn how to drive because they don't have access to a family car or a high school driver's ed class, much less parents willing to add them to their insurance plans. A state senator wants to make sure that foster kids don't fall behind their peers by making a 3-year pilot program permanent. The senator says a pilot program which was implemented in 2014 has been successful.
If you're not driving, then the chances of you being involved in an after-school activity diminish. The chances of being on a sports team that has to go elsewhere diminish. The chances to be productive or have a job diminish. So all those things are turned around when we give them the resources to drive.
Under the program, the cost of driver education, licenses, and auto insurance is paid for qualified foster children.
Boys and Girls Clubs of Sarasota County now have dozens of new computers thanks to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. The HP touchscreen computers were seized during investigations into illegal internet gambling cafes. Digital forensic technicians cleaned those computers up and they were donated to the Boys and Girls Clubs. The computers will be set up at the Newtown Estates Park, Lee Wetherington and Gene Matthews campuses, and now the students will be able to use those computers to study and complete homework assignments.
Fantastic.
What a great use of seized items, huh? Mm-hmm. All right, let's get another check on our Valentine's Day weather with Bob Harrigan. Bob?
There's a bad turning into a good right there as far as the good thing goes. Now we have a good thing here weather-wise. It's going to turn into a bad thing tomorrow. Storms and showers and storms will move on in. The area of low pressure is right there over Texas. The wraparound bringing snow into the panhandle of Texas. Some heavy storms earlier into Texas as well as into Louisiana. And not too severe right now, and it looks like it should stay relatively calm through the next couple of hours, but could pick up tomorrow. As far as our forecast is concerned, we're going to see fog develop late tonight, and that fog could be rather thick, rolling onshore. Temperatures will stay warm tonight. Currently, it is still mild right now, 72 degrees, the dew point 65, and the winds out of the west-southwest at 11, little sea breeze, and the pressure 29.94 inches, and that is falling slightly at this hour. We'll talk more about that cold front, what it means for overall weather, coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Tonight, the White House is responding to the sudden resignation of President Trump's national security advisor.
Retired Lieutenant General Michael Flynn is off the job amid growing questions about his phone calls with a top Russian diplomat. ABC's Kenneth Moten has the latest from Washington.
The White House on the record about ex-National Security Advisor Michael Flynn.
The evolving and eroding level of trust as a result of this situation and a series of other questionable instances is what led the president to ask for General Flynn's resignation.
Flynn forced to leave after he misled Vice President Pence about conversations in December with the Russian ambassador, just as the U.S. was hitting Russia with sanctions. We now know President Trump was told weeks ago that Flynn was lying. The Justice Department was surveilling the Russian ambassador and alerted White House counsel. Press Secretary Sean Spicer wouldn't give details of Flynn's communications, but claims a review found Flynn did nothing illegal.
The question wasn't did he do anything improper or illegal. It's the question of could he be trusted further.
The president's silent on Flynn, but he tweeted. The real story here is why there are so many illegal leaks coming out of Washington.
The resignation of Michael Flynn was brought about not by discovering the falsehood, but by the fact that the falsehood became public.
Democrats demanding investigations.
There are potential violations of law here by General Flynn and potentially others.
Republicans, mixed reaction.
I'm not going to prejudge any of the circumstances surrounding this until we have all of the information.
There's a administration that is in significant disarray as far as national security is concerned, and they need to fix that.
Russian lawmakers call Flynn's resignation anti-Russian paranoia in the U.S. Retired Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg will serve as the acting national security advisor, but there are contenders for a permanent replacement, including retired General David Petraeus. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
The man in charge of protecting the president is retiring. U.S. Secret Service Director Joseph Clancy says he will leave his position on March 4th. President Obama appointed Clancy as director in 2015 following security breaches at the White House and some questionable actions by Secret Service agents. In his resignation letter, Clancy says President Trump and his administration have been supportive of the agency, and the decision to leave is difficult. A search for a new director is now underway.
The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office has spent $1.5 million helping the Secret Service with security surrounding President Trump's visit to South Florida. The sheriff says the president's visits are racking up overtime costs. County has sent letters to federal officials seeking reimbursement for providing security for Trump's 5-day visit to his Mar-a-Lago estate in November. They are still waiting to hear back on that. President Trump also visited the estate for 16 days in December and 2 recent weekends this month. Looking for love in all the wrong places? Well, we have some ideas that could help you find your true love.
A look at some of the hot spots for singles of all ages on the Suncoast. A special Valentine's Day report is straight ahead.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Cancer does change people's lives. It is frightening. The treatment for fear is hope. And what works for you is not necessarily going to work for somebody else. It does take a whole team. This is a facility that really cares about the outcome of the patients. So our job at Sarasota Memorial Hospital is to meet the needs of that individual any way we need to meet them.
Gold fever is at an all-time high in the Sunshine State with the new Gold Rush Doubler family of scratch-off games. Everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. With over $1 billion in total cash prizes, the Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Florida's last private island is a waterfront lifestyle like no other. This is Harbor Isle, just 5 minutes from the sugar sand beaches of Anna Maria Island. This sun-splashed paradise invites you to enjoy natural adventures and all the recreation of a tropical resort. Island coach homes and waterfront condos are now available from the high 400s. Don't miss the Luxury by the Bay event, Saturday, January 21st from noon till 4 p.m. at Harbor Isle. Water ski show, luxury cars, wine tasting, model home tours, and more.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Well, it's Valentine's Day, and for some, that means spending it with a significant other. But for those of you who are still in search of love, you're in luck.
ABC7's Kate Flexter takes a look at how to go about finding that special someone.
At our age, you can't spend time like teenagers can finding out what you want in a husband, what you don't want.
Carol Ellis Parker and Larry Parker are living proof that love isn't just a young man's game. After both were widowed, they found love for a second time through the common interest of dance.
He said to me, relax and have confidence. From that moment on, I just relaxed and had fun. He said that's what life is about, is fun.
Without the option of swiping left or right on one of many modern dating apps, they found love the old-fashioned way.
It takes two to tango, and if you want to get together and get along, then you've got to give and take.
For David and Carrie Ford Coates, several years younger, it was a similar story, meeting through common interests.
This town trying to meet people, this is back in 2009, other than a bar is very limited.
The two met at a networking event for the Young Professionals Group. Neither looking for love, both pursuing their passions, and are now married with a 3-year-old daughter.
Just go to places that make you happy, deal with things that make you happy, and surround yourself with people that make you happy, and only good things come from it.
Psychotherapist Robert Bax says there's some truth to that idea.
In terms of meeting people, I think it's a good idea to pursue your passions, your interests, your hobbies. You know, I think that's a more natural way of meeting people.
Pew Research reports only 5% of Americans who are in a marriage or committed relationship met online. The other 95% met without the help of a dating site.
It's important to be out there and to do things that are different. You know, if it means being at a supermarket and going up to somebody you don't know and talking to them, you know, I mean, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
While that's sound advice and often true, it's something a lot of single people are tired of hearing. Match.com's report on most hated dating cliches shows 37% of single people say their least favorite piece of advice is you've got to put yourself out there. 36% say it's don't be so picky. And 32% say it's the phrase, it'll happen when you least expect it. But if putting yourself out there really is the key to success, how do you go about it? Here are a few ways.
There's the indirect opener, which often involves a little bit of humor and doesn't show all of your cards up front. It's just a way of getting the conversation rolling. Then there's the direct opener. This requires some gusto and no beating around the bush. You let your intentions be known from the start. And finally, situational openers. These are probably the most natural. They involve taking something about the current situation and using it as a way to spark conversation. After 30 years of working in bars and restaurants, owner of the Gator Club, Larry Siegel, has seen just about every type of line and approach.
And a lot of people think, well, what kind of person goes to a bar to go meet a spouse? Well, there's a lot of people out there that don't know where to go.
And while he's seen plenty of people try and fail, from what he's seen, the key to success is embracing whatever your personal style may be.
Don't be on the hunt and just go be you. And it'll happen. And when you least expect it, it's like a 2x4 smacking you against the head.
So while those phrases may be cringeworthy for those in search of love, there may be some truth to that advice. The trick is to personalize it and realize when it comes to the rules of love, there are no rules.
You never know who you're going to meet. You might meet your best friend, you might meet your life partner, or if you're really lucky like me, you'll meet both.
Kate Flexter, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Kate. That is true. I know it stinks to say that it happens when you least expect it, but it does. It always. You could just meet your spouse at work like we did.
I was just saying that, you know, if you're single and lonely, get a job at ABC7, because I think at least 24 people since I've been here, including us, have found our significant others here.
Linda Carson warned me when I came to work here. She's like, everyone comes here and they end up getting married. I'm just warning you.
Yep.
She was right.
It happened. All right. Let's go to Bob for some Valentine's Day weather.
I met my wife on a work-related program as well. I was the official starter for a walk on Siesta Key at the JDRF walk in the morning. And I remember it quite well. That's where I met her. And again, it just happened to be, right? Van Way's webcam now showing beautiful clear skies out there on the water. There's a little bit of a breeze with the west-southwesterly wind, and the weather headlines read like this: fog overnight. That will be rather thick, I think, especially into coastal locations. Some sea fog will develop. Storms late Wednesday. Now, the timing of it appears to be after 3. We'll see if that plays out. Chilly on Thursday. We'll get back slightly below seasonal averages. So we do have some changes on the way, and it's all a result of this area of low pressure, which is now working its way through the southern plain states. It will shift to the east, and the trailing cold front moving through. Now, as far as the severe weather goes with this front, typically in February you would expect the possibility of some rough weather, but it looks like the main dynamics with this will miss us. There's still a chance it could hit us as far as the low jet stream here in the subtropics, as well as the low-level jet will be fairly strong, 60-knot winds, and also the very strong polar jet will be exiting, I think, out ahead of it, so it won't come together all as one, and that means good news as far as severe weather goes right now anyway. 72 degrees, we have clear skies, the dew point is at 65, and the humidity 78%. We have a west to southwest wind at 11, the pressure 29.94 inches. And that is going to be sliding somewhat. We didn't get the report from the National Weather Service, but our high, I'm sure, was in the upper 70s, if not 80 degrees. We'll check that with the National Weather Service. 73 is our average, 85 the record set in 1997. No rainfall to report today, and we're below average for the month, but we don't expect much rainfall in February. Temperatures now near the coast, upper 60s, low 70s. A little bit warmer in Parrish and Rosedale and the Meadows, as well as Kensington Park and Waterleaf, all in the mid-70s for the most part. 74 now at Lake Sarasota, Lower Loke at 72, and Northport at 75 degrees. Plantation, 74 degrees, and 70 in Rotunda. Well, the forecast winds will start to increase out of the southwest beginning just after sunrise. And notice what happens by midday. They really start to pick up anywhere from 18 to 20 miles an hour out of the west. And then small craft advisories will be flying high, I think, for coastal waters all the way through the midday through the evening hours. And as far as that forecast goes, fog in the morning. And it could be rather thick in places. And then that front arrives just after 3 o'clock into Tampa Bay area near Anna Maria Island. And then it should be pushing through South Sarasota County around 5. And then clearing out of here as far as the heavy rainfall goes, if there is any rain. We'll see it move out of here by 7 o'clock in the evening. Then some residual showers are possible through the overnight hours. Then clearing and turning much cooler for Thursday. For boaters, it looks like this. Small craft advisories for Wednesday. Winds picking up out of the southwest and then west at 20 knots. Seas building 4 to 6 feet. Choppy conditions out there in the bays and inland waters. The sunset tonight will be at 6:23. Sunrise will be at 7:04. The next tide is a low tide at 11:23. Well, the forecast tonight, sea fog late, otherwise partly cloudy, warm, no rain, 63. Tomorrow, We'll start off with some clouds and low clouds with some fog around, and then increasing clouds throughout the afternoon. Good chance for showers late in the day. 78 for your high. The extended forecast, well, there it is, 60% chance of rain on Saturday. Those will be just showers, it appears, as a low pressure develops in the Gulf along that front. And then we'll stay warm, though, beginning Sunday and continuing through Tuesday of next week. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. No accidents right now, but traffic is backed up on I-75 in the northbound lane stretching from Clark Road to Fruitville Road.
Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen is hinting that interest rates could soon go back up. Yellen testifying before the U.S. Senate Banking Committee today. She says the U.S. economy is doing well and continues to make progress, but that she does not know what policies the Trump administration have in store. The Fed currently predicts 3 rate hikes in 2017, but last year the Fed predicted 4 rate hikes for 2016 and ended up only doing 1 of those.
PetSmart has issued a voluntary recall for one of its Great Choice adult dog food products because of potential choking hazard found in one lot. The manufacturer let PetSmart know about some consumer complaints about metal contamination, although there haven't been any reports of illness or injury. The recall includes some canned versions of Great Choice adult dog food with chicken and rice classic ground. For UPC numbers and Best Buy dates affected, you can visit our website, mysuncoast.com.
Entertainment news is right after this.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Why do I run? I think life's a journey. Every step brings me closer to my goal. I run to see the world, and when you're surrounded by so much beauty, how could it not take your breath away?
Join us at Robinson Preserve Friday, March 31st at 6:30 p.m. for our 9th annual Twilight 5K and 10K race. At one of the most beautiful scenic race courses in Florida. This race will leave you breathless.
As the only certified surgeon of excellence in metabolic and bariatric surgery in the area, Dr. Joseph Chepley has performed more than 1,300 successful bariatric surgeries. Join us on ABC7 News from 5 to 6:30 p.m. on Thursday, February 23rd. Dr. Joseph Chepley and his talented staff will be taking your phone calls as we discuss what makes someone a good candidate for surgery and the different options available to patients in our area. Thursday, February 23rd.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Contemporary Cabinetry and Closet Concepts. Our strength is in building a relationship with our clients. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years. When you organize your home, you simplify your life. Call today for a free in-home consultation or visit the web at contemporarycabinetry.srq.com.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on You. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
A Sarasota girl is starring in the Tony Award-winning favorite, Annie.
11-year-old Tori Bates will be starring as the world's most famous red-headed orphan. Annie is back on its 2nd U.S. national tour, and the production is coming to the Van Wezel in Sarasota on March 14th and 15th. You may remember Bates starred as a young Josephine Baker in the world premiere of Josephine at the Oslo Repertory Theater last year.
The numbers are in from Sunday night's Grammy Awards, and just more than 26 million people tuned in. That is the biggest audience since 2014. The Grammys also delivered the third largest TV audience behind the Super Bowl and the Oscars. You can watch the 89th Annual Academy Awards right here on ABC7 on February 26th.
No more America's Got Talent for Nick Cannon. After 8 seasons, the comedian says he's done hosting the summer talent competition show. He claims NBC was not happy with some jokes he made about the network and the show in a recent Showtime special. Cannon says no amount of money is worth his dignity or integrity, and he doesn't see himself returning.
For the first time ever, an African-American woman will be the Bachelorette. Rachel Lindsay will lead the 13th season of The Bachelor spinoff. The news is somewhat of a spoiler for fans of the current season of The Bachelor. The attorney from Texas has not yet been eliminated from that show, where she's competing for the affections of Nick Viall. You can catch The Bachelorette right here on ABC7 this May, and then the rest of The Bachelor as well on Monday nights. This is the first time I've been watching this, sadly to admit, from the very beginning, and I've never seen them announce the next season before that person has been kicked off.
That's a little unusual.
I can't figure out why they're doing it. I guess maybe just to drum up, excitement, because this is groundbreaking. And she's great. She's smart. She's nice. I think she'll be a great Bachelorette.
And about time.
Right. It's time.
Yeah. All right. We'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.
I am a veteran. My victory was finding the strength to be a champion.
My victory is having a job I can be proud of.
At DAV, we help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
My victory was finishing my education.
My victory was getting help to put our lives back together.
DAV provides veterans with a lifetime of support.
My victory is being there for my family.
Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
In town? On the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Main.